You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings.
Thumbs up. Good morning. Welcome to Brewtiful Morning in Rutherford. This January the 7th, 2022, our first Brewtiful Morning of 22. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week at 8:30 as we try to bring some information to you. My name is Jimmy Dancy. I'm the proud mayor of this wonderful town of Rutherford, and I have with me this morning my guest. Tell everybody your name. Tell everybody your. Turn them this way. Okay, this is Jackson, and we want to wish everybody, hope you had a great Christmas and a nice New Year. And Jackson and I have got to go off to school. Can you say goodbye to everybody?
Bye, folks.
Join us again next Friday. See ya.
Thanks for joining us this morning, Mayor. Thanks for kicking us off. I know you've got to run, but good morning, everybody. Good morning, Magnolia.
Good morning.
Happy 2022. What a I'm energized for this year. I may not look like it on my face this morning, but I'm energized for 2022. I'm excited for some of the great things that are going on in our community. And I know, so normally after the council meeting, so we had a council meeting on Wednesday this week. We'd like to spend a few minutes and just kind of do a little recap of council action. And the first thing that the council did, that the mayor did, was a proclamation for Martin Luther King Day celebration on the 17th. And so our Martin Luther King committee, which is been very active in our community, been very engaged with multi-denominational churches and representation from many different faith-based churches and communities, throughout the town. Over the years, has really put together a great lineup of events. And I'm going to drop that in kind of as a comment here so you can see those, and we'll share more information about it. But I want to thank Doris Crute, who's on our town council. She has been one of the active members of the Martin Luther King Committee for years now and shared this with us. But on January the 17th, we'll work backwards. So January the 17th, there's going to be the annual Martin Luther King Walk at 10 a.m. We will meet at the courthouse and walk down to Kiwanis Park. So meet at the courthouse at 10 o'clock, walk down to Kiwanis Park. There'll be a band down there. There'll be some guest speakers and some events going on the lawn there at Kiwanis Park. So we're excited about that. And then the day before, on Sunday, January the 16th, there will be the annual program. That'll be at 3 p.m. at New Bethel AME Zion over in Forest City. And so Reverend Keith Lipsy will be presenting that. But again, that'll be on the 16th at New Bethel AME Zion. That's 263 Forest Street over in Forest City. And then on the 15th will be a morning prayer service at 10 a.m. That'll be at Mountain View Missionary Baptist, which if you haven't had a chance to go check out Mountain View Missionary Baptist, they were one of the churches that was displaced by the new highway project. And we'll talk about that in just a second. And they were able to successfully purchase and reconstruct a new church in the New Hope community, or the Mountain View community here in Rutherfordton. And so the new church there, Mountain View Missionary Baptist, is at 230 East Court Street. And they'll be hosting the prayer service on the 15th at 10 a.m. So they'll have prayers from multiple different folks there, some guest speakers, and that's going to be a really, really great time on Saturday. So Saturday the 15th, Sunday the 16th, and January the 17th for the annual walk. And we'll drop all that in as a comment, show you the pictures, and share more information about the programs coming up for Martin Luther King Day. The Redevelopment Commission got some action too at the board. Do you want to talk a little bit about kind of, Magnolia, what happened from the kind of the legal or the framework side of the board, and then also skip all the way maybe to the tail end of new business and talk about what happened from their recommendation?
Sure. So council voted to extend the Redevelopment Commission from 5 members to 7 members, which includes appointing Doris Crute to the Redevelopment Commission board, which is really exciting. She's been coming to all of the public meetings, and she's had a lot of really good input and things to say about the Redevelopment Commission. So I'm really happy for her to be on it. And at the end of the council meeting, we presented a contract with Bowen National Foundation for them or National Research, to do a housing inventory assessment of our urban redevelopment area. So really going in and doing all of the research on the housing structures, the demographics, and then going as far to looking at our infrastructure in those areas to see how the town can better build the infrastructure, whether it be sewer lines or sidewalks or street lighting or widening roads, to even figuring out where there can be some extra green space in those neighborhoods. So council did vote to authorize kind of that contract, or for Doug to kind of go into the, negotiating terms for the contract and everything. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be that's going to kind of really start the transformative process there. I mean, we're able to get some grant funds put together for that contract and for some of the work that comes out of that contract. But this is really going to start, 2022, the ball rolling with really the kind of the formation of the planning for these areas, and not just from a housing perspective, but holistically. So, streets, sidewalks, streetlights, parks, infrastructure, water, sewer lines, and really just kind of looking at how do we reinvest holistically into if you look at the map and the urban redevelopment area that was established, it's kind of the heart of our community. You've got the downtown core, there's a little piece of it, but you've got our downtown core, and then just right outside of that, on either side of downtown, you've got these kind of really neat little neighborhoods that we're going to be starting this process on. So I think it's going to be great. I know that the community has been very energized with that, especially the ones that have lived there for some time and seen changes and are excited for new opportunities as we move into 2022. So that's going to be exciting work that we're working on here at the town. We also welcomed Jeannie Hall as our new town clerk. She was sworn in as our new town clerk, and we're excited to have her on board. The Rutherton Police Department and Chief Engel made a presentation on their rides program. And so if you didn't get a chance to see that, I definitely encourage you to go back and check out some pictures of our rides program. But that'll be something that they're working on to roll out for implementation in 2022. All of the framework is now in place. And this is a really hands-on, engaging experience for our community and specifically our youth to learn more about impaired driving. So what it means when you get behind the wheel of a vehicle and you're impaired, and how difficult it is to maneuver that vehicle, and why you should not, and why it's illegal to drive impaired. And so they've got some 9 bots, and if you don't know what those are, but they're pretty neat little Segway units for our youth to ride around on with different types of impaired goggles, and learn more about the dangers and why we shouldn't be doing that. So that was made possible by our local ABC store and a donation that they made to the police department to make that feasible. So they'll be rolling that out into the schools, into events and festivals, and partnering with different agencies to get that out. And then I want to give a shout out to Captain Levi Hudson, who was promoted to captain at our Rutherton Fire Department. And so there was a leadership oath of office for Captain Hudson. We appreciate him and wish him all the best in his new leadership role over at RFD. And then this is our first Brewtiful Mornings of 2022, but our last Brewtiful Mornings of 2021, we spent some time with all of our department heads and went through our year review. And we also did that at the council meeting. So if you're able to watch our final Brewtiful Mornings of 2021, you were able to experience a lot of the goals and activities that happened last year and some of the new goals and activities that are becoming in 2021. Now, we didn't talk about this at the council meeting, but we talked about it yesterday. There is a new goal that we're working on to try and communicate better to you. And so I know we're maybe not ready for the email signups yet, Magnolia, but do you want to kind of tease folks with something that's coming? I know a lot of people watch Brewtiful Mornings, but there's something even better that's coming in 2022 to help for us to communicate.
Yeah, so we did put out a survey, and I've been going through the survey results a little bit every day. And a lot of people have mentioned that they wish that the town would communicate a little bit better about what's going on. And so we've implemented the Brewtiful Mornings to where we can get on social media and just give the rundown about what's happening. But we kind of want to take it one step further and bring back the Rutherford Sun, which was kind of like I guess a couple of years ago, it was a quarterly like newsletter. But instead of like printing it out and mailing it to everybody, we're going to do it over email. So once a month, it'll be emailed out. It'll be kind of about what town events are coming up, departmental reports, employee spotlights, just anything town related. It's going to be kind of like jam packed into this email. So I'm getting really excited about it. And I think it's just going to be one step kind of further for the town to communicate.
Yeah, I mean, the Sun was great. And that was, like Magnolia said, it was something we had done a couple years ago. We had done it as a direct mail. And it was kind of expensive, honestly, to do the direct mailing. And when we did some survey data, it found out that when you did the direct mailing, it was kind of shoved in with the weekly coupons and stuff. And so a lot of people maybe didn't pick up on it. We didn't get a lot of traction out of the readership. So this will be the Sun E, I guess. I don't give Sonia some credit there, but the electronic version of the Sun. So this will be electronic version and a newsletter, and it'll tie back into our website. So just another way for us to continue to communicate with you guys. If there's more ways that you think of, please let us know. We're here working for you guys. And Magnolia mentioned it before, our survey. I cannot speak more enough about that. That'll be open probably for another, probably to midweek next week. We really haven't talked through that. We've got to start crunching those numbers for a board retreat that the council has on the 26th of this month. So we can leave it open for a little bit longer. We'll drop some comments in today, and we'll put some stuff out on social media over the weekend to kind of get a last push of comments. I know we had over 70 folks as of Wednesday. I'm not sure what the take
77
is.
now.
Awesome. 77 as of now. Take a few minutes and fill that out. Like Magnolia said, we've been going through those. When all of that is closed off, we'll really give that kind of a push. And all of the information that you've put into that survey will be what we take to the town council and kind of give them some feedback on what we're seeing as trends, new emerging issues, opportunities, strengths, weaknesses, all those different things that we're seeing in the community for the council to take up as they make decisions from a funding level as we move into the next year. Back to council action. Some of the other things, we had a public hearing for a development agreement over on John Smith Road. The developer over there had the opportunity to add a Head Start program to the subdivision there. And so they were seeking permission from the town council to do that. They had a lengthy conversation. We had numerous folks come out from the community and raise some concerns and had some questions. So the town council decided for more information to table that to their next meeting. So there will not be a public hearing on this in February, but there will be an old business item where council will have discussions around redoing that development agreement for the Head Start program. We already talked about the housing needs assessment. We had a small change order for the sewer line up on Westbrook Drive that will serve the high school site and the new middle school site. And we're nearing completion on that. And we're excited to get that line up and running. And I know the school system is excited to get the new RS Middle School online for the 2020, I guess it would be the 2022-2023 school year. So they're looking to open that school officially in August. And I know I've got I've got a sixth grader, a rising seventh grader that's excited to be out there too. And I know there's a lot of kids in our youth at the middle school current site that are excited. Matter of fact, I was at the middle school last night. I serve on the LAC, the local advisory council, I guess, for the middle school. And Principal Blanton was giving us an update on the new school. And I know the school, the teachers, everybody at the current middle school site is just delighted about the activities that are going on with the new school and getting in there for a new learning environment. So that was kind of the heart of our council action. Definitely stay in tune with what we do on our town council agendas. Those are all available on our website. We've said this, time and time again. They're available on our website. You, as a community citizen, get the same information that our town council gets. We do it all electronically there, so definitely keep up with what's going on. All things Rutherfordton, and then join us for Building a Better Community and the Martin Luther King Committee of the New Hope, who has put together a wonderful program and activities for 2022. I'm excited about, for years we have met at Kiwanis Park and walked from Kiwanis Park up the hill to the courthouse and had a program on the courthouse lawn. And this year we get to go backwards. We get to celebrate the success. That was one of the things in the kind of the year in review that we have opened up Kiwanis Park. Now we get to go from the courthouse down to Kiwanis Park and have even more fun. I feel like it's going to be, and more celebration and honoring in the life of Dr. King. And I think it's just going to be a fun time. Like the mayor said, we get to go downhill at least for once.
And I did hear that it's going to be a little chilly, so definitely dress appropriately, dress warm.
Yeah, you want your layers. You want as many layers as you can get. That's not going to be a good time. But put on your hats, put on some colors, put on your gloves, and it'll be a fun time. We're going downhill. We're going down to the park. There's going to be some great music. They've always had wonderful music. They usually bring in one of their directors, Willie Givens, and he does an amazing job. If you're feeling cold, if you're feeling like you don't have the energy, Willie Givens is going to make sure that there is energy through the music to get you back warm again. So that definitely come and join us. That's going to be Monday the 17th. Again, you'll meet at the courthouse at 10 a.m. and we'll walk down into Kiwanis Park. So excited about that. I want to take a pause in the middle of our Brewtiful mornings right now. Today is kind of a somber day for our public safety professionals in Rutherford County and throughout North Carolina with the loss of Trooper Horton and some innocent bystanders that he was responding to help his brother, or his brother was responding to help him. And so many of you know about the loss in our community. And I'd just like to pause for kind of a moment of silence. Today will be the funeral over at ICC. So if you're traveling in and around College Avenue or Highway 74 midday today, expect the procession. All the information is available. You could check out the Highway Patrol's Facebook page, North Carolina State Highway Patrol. All the information about the procession is there. But if for some reason your travels take you out through College Avenue today before noon, just expect some delays as the procession travels from the funeral home down in the Sandy Mush area of our community up to ICC at the foundation where the funeral is going to take place. So if we could, maybe we'll just pause for a minute as a moment of reflection and silence for the loss of 2 lives. And we'll celebrate one with the Highway Patrol today with the loss of 2 lives. And I would just say, as we reflect on that loss, definitely take time to thank our public safety professionals as we move into 2022. That's been a, as a town manager, a lot of people think that all we do is things in the community. Well, as you know, as you've watched our live broadcast and learned more about the operations of the town, the heart of what we do is public safety. Our police department, our fire department, our public services, public works, and trash pickup. But police and fire are the heart of our town operations. And as we've gotten, as we work alongside those folks and lead them, the last couple of years have been very hard in public safety. And I think the loss that they're experiencing now here locally has been a real challenge. So just thank them for their service. Thank them for what they continue to do each and every day. If you see them out in our community, just that simple smile, thank you, and wave goes a long way beyond anything else that you can think of. So definitely support them. Let's change the narrative into 2022. We have some wonderful law enforcement professionals and wonderful public safety professionals in our community and firefighters. And let's change a little bit of that narrative nationally and show folks that Rutherford County does support those that support and protect us. So just want to say that this morning and hope us for a safe and happy new year for all of our folks in our community that are putting their life on the line each and every day to serve. It is Brewtiful mornings. And I we used to, Magnolia, every morning when we started this, ask what's in the cup. And I don't even know if you have coffee over there this morning or not, but this coffee is on point this morning. This is some small town coffee roasters. I don't even remember what the bean selection was, but one of my Christmas presents this year was a coffee grinder. So I was able to get some fresh beans from small town. I've been playing around with the grinder at the house, but this is on point this morning. So big shout out to our fine folks at Small Town Coffee Roasters.
That's awesome. And you got that little coffee bean saver thing too, right?
I did. I was gifted that. My family gave me that from Small Town Coffee Roasters, but they've got a program now where to try to save from packaging and things, they've got this, I think it's an AirScape system. And so you can bring it up there and you get a little bit of a discount because they don't have to use bags. And so I can keep my beans fresh in that thing and then grind them fresh every day. And so I've been kind of playing around a little bit, but it was on point this morning. I think I'm narrowing in on the right mixture there. What else, Magnolia?
We hit the survey. I feel like that was like the biggest thing.
Yeah, and I will drop I'll drop the information from the MLK committee. I'm not sure if they've got this out on Facebook or not, but when we get done with the live this morning, I will drop this information, this flyer in as a comment, so you can get all the information off that. But again, January the 15th, January 16th, January 17th, and I talked to the mayor before we went live this morning about. I'm going to reach out to the committee and see if we can get somebody maybe to come on next week for Brewtiful Mornings. So if somebody from the committee can come on, maybe Doris or one of the other members of the committee can come on and join us live. And at the same token, as we go into 2022, we're definitely committed to our Brewtiful Mornings and the Brewtiful Mornings series. We have some ideas internally around guests and folks that we can bring in that would be beneficial to spread some good news in our community. If you have somebody that you would like to learn more about, an organization you'd like to learn more about, something specific here in Rutherfordton, please let us know. Drop us a direct message, leave a comment. We watch all the comments on the lives, so drop us a comment and we'll be glad to get that out there. Want to make a special invitation at some point in 2022 for our new Chamber of Commerce director to join us. I know that they had just announced yesterday that there's a new Chamber of Commerce director, and she is starting her work, I believe, this week. There's going to be a meet and greet later this month. But as she settles in with her work here, I'd love to have her on and talk more through Rutherfordton and Rutherford County Chamber things. So that's definitely somebody that we want to reach out to in 2022 to join us on a Brewtiful Mornings. But if you have somebody, please let us know. I'm telling you.
So fancy now.
Who thought? Who would have ever thought? I think that's all I've got, Magnolia. We are working internally on a lot of different things for 2022. We're working on our movies night series, so be on the lookout. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll have the information for movie nights. We're looking to start that in April. We'll go April, May, June, July, August, and September with our movie nights down in Kiwanis Park, and those will be on Friday nights is what we're looking at. Definitely working with the FAB committee and looking at dates for FAB. Coffee and Cars has committed to a series of dates for Saturday mornings for kind of a car show, coffee time, and meet and greet on Central Street and First and Second Streets. I know, I think on our last one, they had over 50 vehicles out with folks in our
Wow.
community. So Coffees and Cars is starting back up for 2022. And so there's a lot of great activities that are going on in town. Just continue to watch us, watch for the e-newsletter and sign up for that. We know that those of you that have been watching Brewtiful Mornings and watch us every week are really great ambassadors for our community. You help us spread the message. So one of the things that we want to call on you as we get ready to launch the Rutherton e-newsletter, the Sun again, is if you have people in your circle of friends, in your sphere of influence that maybe don't have social media but have an email address, you'll be able to sign up their email on our email list. So just because it's not your email address doesn't mean you can't sign up for the newsletter. Now they can choose to unsign up, but if you've got friends and they don't have social media, help them get signed up for the newsletter. If you have a group that you're working with, maybe it's a Sunday school, maybe it's a peer support group, maybe it's just a group of ladies you guys get together, or a group of friends you get together, print off a few of those newsletters and help us spread the word, because there's going to be some great information in there. We're going to try and bulk that in with a lot of the things that are going on in the community. And then I'll also say it was not on the town council agenda, but it is going to be on the North Carolina Department of Transportation Board of Transportation's agenda in early February. The state has officially opened bids for the bypass project, Highway 221. They received bids for that. And the bids were within the state's budget for the project, and they are moving forward. So in our conversations with the local DOT office, those contracts are being put together and signed, and it will be approved by the Board of Transportation in early February. As soon as all that's done, they've guaranteed us to provide us some more information that we can pass on to you. But the bypass project that goes from just north of Roper Loop Road to just past Charlotte Road, that phase will begin construction this year. And so as soon as we get more details around construction phasing and impacts and all of the great things around that project, we will be sure to share those to you. But I did want to spread the news that that project is moving forward, has been funded, and is on the Board of Transportation docket to be moving in early February.
We're closer than we've ever been before.
That's right. That's the mayor's line.
Yeah.
Magnolia, anything going on with Rutherton Roots, or you guys basically just kind of covered up for the winter?
We actually have a work day tomorrow. I think that Lindy has planned to do some loofah cleanup or processing the loofah. And then actually, I just bought a house at the end of last year, and it is a bamboo forest. So I took some time to clear some of that bamboo out, and it is being donated to the garden. So we'll be making like trellising or some little gazebo things with the bamboo. So that's on tap for tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we actually have another master planning session to where we get to kind of define our vision and kind of the growth for Rutherton Roots in like this coming year.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, welcome to 2022, everybody. Definitely take time. The link for our survey right now is out. So if you're maybe you didn't make New Year's resolutions, maybe you're a little late to the game, help your community make some resolutions, set some goals in 2022. That is really the way that we work through our budget process. We take that survey data, and that's an integral piece of how we work through our action planning process, which turns right into our budgeting process. So I cannot say that more and loud enough to take time to take that survey. So with that, we will, I guess we'll see everybody next week, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
Cue the exit, Magnolia.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you show